I'm having a lot of fun working with the elements from the Echo Park paper line called This and That Graceful by Lori Whitlock. If you want to have more details on where I got the elements from, please see my last video, as this is going to be kind of like a continuation series. All of them will be entitled This and That Graceful. Okay, so here again are the PNG files that I downloaded off of jessicasprague.com, and these are PNG files. I saw these doilies and I thought these were adorable, and the only thing I was sad about is when I looked at them in here as well as on the cardstock sheet, they are so tiny. So on the cardstock sheet as well, it's only 1.33 inches, and this one is just a little over 3/4 of an inch. And they are really cute, but I thought, wow, it would be so nice to have these as doilies to print out on my project. But see, if I stretch these out, they look really neat. But I get this yellow box here, and it says the design may print in low resolution, causing pixelation in the printed area. So in other words, if I went to go print this and then cut it, it may not look very clean because I've stretched it beyond its capability since the color file was so small. So instead, we can make our own. So I'll put this one aside for now, and we'll start with this one. See, the same is true for this one. If I pull it out, we're going to get the same error message for both of these. But we can make something very similar. It's not completely exact, but we can do our best. So there's a really neat feature. Again, we'll go back to using that trace feature. Select trace area. Take the high pass filter off. I'm going to zoom in so we can watch this a little more closely. See, my goal here is I don't want to lose this teardrop effect and the detail of these little bitty circles. So we're going to do the threshold with the up arrow, and we're going to watch it because it's going to change very quickly on us. There we go. So it starts changing right around here. We want to get rid of all these gray lines, so we're going to still crank up the threshold until we get rid of those gray lines. So it looks like 77 is the perfect number for us. So now what we're going to do so that it cuts out all of these little bitty holes and features is we're going to click the trace button. And there we have it. Now I can separate them, and now you can see I have a cut file here. I'm going to reduce this one back down to about its original size, and there it is. Okay, now if I click on this one, you can see we can stretch it to be any size, all the way up to 12 by 12, or we can make super, super tiny doilies as well. This one I really like around the 3.5 to 4.5 size. So I'll just leave it right there. Now with this, at this point, you can save this file and you can use it with any paper line you want at all. You can fill it to be any color that you want. You can use other designer papers. Here's a paper line from Jessica Sprague that I just had happened to download. You can print and then cut that out to be any of these colors. But what's even more impressive is, say I liked this original element and I like the color, and I want to use it in a bigger element without the pixelation. This is where it gets really neat. Again, click on Fill Color, Advanced Options. I'm going to click on the element that I want to change. Click on the eyedropper. Take the eyedropper over to your original element, and you will see, click on it, and it matches the color perfectly. So now I can have a larger doily in the exact same color as my other one, and I can print and cut these out, and it will match the paper line perfectly. I know it looks a little different right here. It's mainly because it's surrounded by this red cut line. So I'll show those to you in a minute when I go print and cut all of this out. So let me go ahead and mess with this one now, and we'll do the same thing. I'm going to zoom in on it. Okay. And we're going to click Trace, select Trace Area. High Pass Filter off, Threshold up. There it goes. Okay. So it's still a little bit sketchy here. Let's see what happens. We don't want to lose all these little holes, so I don't want to go quite that high, I don't think. All right, so I'm going to go about 74, 75 and hit Trace. Separate those out and zoom out. Take this one back down to about its original size, which was a little bit under an inch. Okay, that's our original file right there. And here we have this one already at almost 4 inches. And say if we want to fill it to be the same color as the other one, we will click Advanced Options, go in here, and boom, there it is. Okay, so now we've taken 2 very small elements from that same paper line and we've duplicated them. Now we can print and cut and make it match exactly to the colors we had, or we can change this out in the future and just simply cut these doily designs out of any paper that we want to. So I hope that really helps to show you again the power of the silhouette and why I love it so much. Thanks for watching. Okay, so I finished printing and cutting, and you can see here when it printed out that the colors match. This is the original element PNG file, and this is it blown up. And again, this is the original, and this is it blown up. And here they are in the cardstock version. You can see it's a little sticker, and it's super tiny. So there's that one, and then the pink one is way down here, and you see how tiny it is. I mean, my thumb can cover it. So that one's super tiny, and look what we were able to do within the Silhouette software. We took that same design element and we made it very big. And look at the amazing detail and how easy it is to take this off of the Silhouette mat. And it has cut out every single one of those little pieces. The detail is amazing, and I was able to get the exact color, so this now matches the entire paper line that I have. It has maybe one little triangle in there, and I can pop that out with my little Silhouette detail tool. Actually, I don't even need to use the tool. It's already coming out. There it is. Okay, so there's the pink one, and then the green one. You can see how much detail is in the green one. All those little dots, look at that. It even cut out all of those little dots. This one I'm trying to be a little bit more careful with because of all of these circles. So let's see. Well, you can see even without using any tools how easily this comes off of the Silhouette mat. So I'm trying to work around the camera at the same time. Okay? So there you see the negatives. Look at that detail. Can you believe the Silhouette could cut out every single one of those little bitty dots? That's what it's talking about with the detail that the Silhouette can cut. And here now I have a doily that again matches the paper line perfectly. There's the small one, here's the big one, there's the small one, here's the big one.
So it's really fun what you can do with the silhouette. So I hope you've enjoyed watching this little mini series on the power of the silhouette and using hybrid elements. Thanks for watching.